Hello, I'm EnterElysium and welcome back to City Skylines. We put in a high-rise residential district last time. I made a couple of changes off camera. I put it down this district called Middle District. I imagine a bit like Middle Earth. You know, full of hobbits and orcs and elves and decent housing now, decent housing. So I put in park boost, recreational drugs, free public transport, big business benefactor, although it won't make a difference here because there's no commercial, and high-tech housing. And that managed to, jump all these places to like almost almost 5, oh, that's the households. Almost like 5 blocks. I mean, this place is pretty good for a place that has no parks. I think it's just feeding off the parks nearby. As you can see, there's a bit more hit and miss. You've got a couple of 3s here and 2, because there isn't any parks up here. I might put parks in later, but it's a bit, it's a bit difficult to get parks in because of how it's built. Like, it's a very bumpy area, so I'll have to look at that. I also put in the public transport network up here because I didn't think you wanted to see me put down a lot more bus stops. We have 3 little bus routes doing circles, all of them going past the metro station, which is tacked on the end of this one. I was going to put it like in the middle so that it went like doop and then doop doop or something like that, but then I decided that because it's uphill it's going to slow down the metro train. I might as well have it at the end for now. I might make a change for it later, but yeah. I mean, this public transport is pretty much the same every time. You don't need to see me do exactly the same public transport every time. So for now, I think we've got to focus on some of the important things in life. And one of the most important things in life is making sure you've got all your stuff that you want to buy. Stuff is important. And one of the things we're having over here, you can see this? Yeah. This is some major cloggage. So there are a couple of reasons it's sort of cloggage. For a start, this is a pretty sharp turn. People are slowing down and losing a lot of their momentum. And then this is a very small roundabout. As hard as you try, it is pretty full up. And you see it does crank down and then stop. So it's going fast, it's going fast, it's going fast, and then slow down. What we've got to do is we've got to replace this roundabout with a bigger roundabout. And the problem is I've currently got a load of bus stops going through here and I don't really want to replace them. So I'm going to try and replace this without screwing up the bus stops. This is going to be tough. For a start, I'm going to need to move this garden. Sure. Blow up a load of businesses. We've got one over here, but I think this one's going to be okay. Right, so the idea here is we'll get a sound barrier one with a squiggliness. And it's going to be very large, this roundabout. I was hoping to get a little bit closer, but it's not going to be able to. I mean, I could delete the roundabout. It just means putting down all those. Yeah, we'll do it the proper way. Oh, a bit more than I wanted there. Anyway, go like this. Go. I forgot that we're using the freeform tool. Whoopsie, my bad. Carry on. About there. I could leave that building intact. Go on then. I'm filled with remorse over the destruction of so many buildings. That one I'm not remorseful about. Right. Now, if I connect you... Can I do it without destroying buildings? Yes, I can! Awesome! Wait, is that a... Put a bridge in. I don't know why it's a bridge. There we go. Doesn't need to be a bridge. Destroyed a load more buildings though, but oh well. And it doesn't look anywhere near as it pretty face did before. But it'll have to do. So let's check how the public transport is now doing. Oh, good. Okay, so it does readjust after you start the unpause. So you should see. There we go. Interesting. But it does adjust to it. Okay, right, cool. Now, one thing I want to do to speed up this area over here is I'm just going to get rid of this entirely. Because one of the best ways to keep momentum is to make sure you're using off-ramps. And then we use the off-ramps like this. We can't because this isn't a multi-part. I really don't like the fact that you can't put them on multi-parts, but oh well. Let's see if we can adjust this one. Ooh. There was a definite... Alright. I have to see how well they keep momentum when they come off there onto that, but for now that'll do. There's one attachment point there, and an attachment point there. Right, I think I'm just going to delete this edge and rebuild it. Because we've got the space. So that'll be like 1, then there'd be a 2, where the first one would come off, then there'd be a 3, where we'd rejoin up, and then that'd be 4, right? So slope too steep. Okay, well, we're getting somewhere then. Slope too steep. Right, there we go. That should be, you know, a nice gentle turn in there. We can get this one to come out like, effectively, curviness there. And then we, like, subvert the curviness so that it goes, like, over here. Back. There we go, and that, like, they should be able to keep the momentum going around there. And then we can do the same over here. There we go. Hopefully, people will traverse that faster. I think that's going a lot faster. I think it is. It's got a lot of traffic. That is one of the downsides. There is a lot of traffic going down there. But look, we've completely cleared the backlog. Ish. Mostly. I mean, you know, it's still occasionally. It rears its ugly head every now and again. But in general, that's most of the backlog, you know, filled. And just to make sure this doesn't become a problem in the future, I'm actually just going to go straight to using highways. And I'm not going to use sound barrier highways for this little bit. We should see some really good free flow. Oh, that's good free flow. Look at that. I mean, we're actually getting backups here now. I mean, the bottleneck here is fine. I mean, ultimately it is 90-degree turns because it's a roundabout into these areas. But there's 3 of these, and there's only effectively... This is 1, because this is a one-way and a one-way, so effectively this is a 1-2-way. So we've got 2-way, 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 all taking from this one bit. So obviously this is going to normally be the choke point. But I think that's moving now. Excellent. So, you know... That's one problem sorted. They were having problems with getting like enough stuff in it, enough goods to sell, and they're getting rather pissed off because of it. So it had to be sorted ASAP, because you never want your people complaining about all the stuff that they can't sell. Building's on fire, good for you. Now what we desperately need is more commercial. So the way to deal with more commercial is to try and fit it in anywhere we can, because of the problems we have with space. Where can we put in more commercial? I mean, along the motorway doesn't matter because you need to have a roundabout, and that means you need a fair chunk of space. I think we'll try and fit a little bit in here on this industrial area, just inside here, next to these recycling plants. Just as, you know, the stopgap measure. It's not going to be particularly good quality, it's just going to be the stopgap measure. Alright. And this area is built in a square fashion, so we'll continue to work off of that. You want to go up there like that. And then we should probably use like a single road, because we don't need like ridiculous amounts of space. Bam, there we go. That should give us a little bit of commercial, like not crazy amounts of commercial, but it should give us enough to be able to get by with for the moment. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm not hoping for crazy amounts, I'm just hoping for enough that we can get by without people going ballistic about the fact they can't get their, you know, new IKEA furniture or whatever. Incidentally, there is a mod that gives you an IKEA. It's meant to like generate loads of traffic and stuff, which is actually true for real life, by the way. IKEAs cause ridiculous amounts of congestion. People love to have them for the amount of jobs and, you know, stuff that they bring, but my god, you need road planning for them. This is probably going to bottleneck up, so I might attach it through here. Yeah, go on then. Right. And then, bam! High density commercial zone. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop, boop. Boop. In amongst the bin lorry area. Oh god, that's not meant to be. I can just right click to get rid of the car, yeah. Next to the agricultural area, like you normally go through the area with all the pigs and the cows to be able to buy your IKEA furniture. That's kind of how it works. I could put some IKEA furniture down here, but it's a bit too close to that. But I'll screw it. I need to be able to get it in somewhere. It's not going to be ridiculously traffic heavy. Now, to district this. Okay, gently, gently does it. There we go. There we go. There we go. Right. Now, one thing I definitely need, big business benefactor. It needs to be on everywhere because it causes so much, you know, increased monies and stuff. I mean, it's just generally so good. What else do we want? Parks and Rec, it won't make much of a difference. Free public transport, sure, but it won't make that much of a difference again. Yeah, whatever. Right, do you have plumbing over here? Oh yeah, I plumbed this entire area, didn't I? Because it's temporarily the oil district. Now, with less pollution, which is probably a good thing. Ooh, we're having some trouble with our budgets. We need more power. Power, do-do-do, to destroy all you've got. And I still have an incinerator, don't I, hiding? Hello, Mr. Incinerator. I'll have to get rid of you at some stage. Not right now, since my incinerator status is not perfect. Why are you going up there? Oh, you're wanting to turn around. That's why you're going up there. I might make the roads one way so that doesn't happen. Because otherwise, that's just annoying. Yeah, okay, let's make the road one way. One way! Upgrade. Oh god. Which way does that road go? The right way. Good. I love this mod. Oh. So good. Now they're like, oh, I can't go that way. And then they're like, what's it called? Knife jacking? Jackknifing? Jackknifing, that's the one. Knife jacking. That's where you hijack someone's knife. Presumably without a knife. So you're like, give me your knife or I will punch you. And then like, okay, here's a knife. And then you're like, right, now I'm going to hijack you because I have a knife. Give me your car. It's like trading up in the world. I really love how this thing is just a lot of traffic's going through it. And it doesn't give a damn. Like, poof. There goes the traffic. Bam! The traffic is gone. I mean, you know, this isn't quite so clean cut. I mean, it does bottleneck up here. But in general, it's working. Disconnect the power grid. Oh, you complain about parts of the industrial area because people are being silly. Yes, people are being silly. In other news, simple things. This roundabout is taking it. It's a little bit on the slow side, but it's taking it. How close are we to getting the next level? Oh... 7,000 population away, then I can get this, and then I can start doing, like, stuff with the ports, and then I can get all the imports and the exports, and all the ports. See, you need ports to port. In and out. I still love this bit of train track, it's ridiculous. Right, you're complaining about land value, nothing new there. This area just looks weird, because it's so bright. I don't know, I might look in the mods at some point and see if there's something that doesn't make the farms like iridescent yellow. Yeah, I know. It's a busy area. There's not a lot I can do about it. For now, it'll stand. I don't know, what... That's crazy amount of traffic. I don't know what we can really do about the situation. Like, I kind of want more residential, and at the same time, I probably need a lot of extra stuff. Like, industrial is one thing I don't really need. I've got a large amount of industrial space still not being used properly. We're using most of the air up here now, but we haven't even started to use this. I don't say anywhere near its full potential. Anywhere near it's even like one of its minimum potentials. Like, the potential over here is so low. It's like at the bottom of the ocean. There's so little potential. Potential energy jokes. Are you doing okay? Why are you all in the middle lane? Weird people. Why were you all in the middle lane coming like down here? Were you trying to get across, I guess? I'm still pretty congested. And no one's building a business there, so I guess we could delete that. And then just try and speed it up a little bit. There we go. That way they should retain more of momentum getting on and off, because it's less of an angle. Rather than going 90 degrees, it's like 45 degrees. I don't know why they go that's my sound of a brake. It's more like a screech, not a and it's not the sound of a goblin getting annoyed. It's the sound of a goblin like getting cleaved in half. No, not really. But anyway, I've been reading too much D&D books. How are we doing over here? We're doing okay. This is working faster, although it's probably nothing to do with what I just did and just to do with some sort of rush hour peak time. They still want more commercial. I mean, they've eaten up the commercial I threw at them. Oh, you have water problems. We're getting rolling water problems. I think that we should probably put in more water, maybe even more power, because right now we're actually kind of beyond 100% on our limits. I don't really want to get the water downstream of that. I'd love to go upstream for my water. Problem is this probably going to need to support one pump. Same for over here. I really would like to go upstream for my water, but I don't know if there's anywhere we can. Now you could, like some people will say, why don't you dam off the rivers and then use the water pump? It might make a difference, because the amount of water coming in, if I can't, like the amount of water being stored wouldn't matter, because it's the water coming in and the water I'm taking out that matters. Eventually I'd drain the dammed up area. So the only reason would be if water is running past me, which it doesn't tend to do. The water things tend to have a good suck on them. So we'll put one of them on, and we'll see what happens. Do I have an existing power line? I don't. Well, I will put one in there. I'll have to run a power line over here. And then if I put one up here... We'll have to see about, you know, moving the existing infrastructure upstream of that, because I don't really want to be downstream of this, because it does produce pollution. Like, it says it produces no pollution, but, you know, the water is coloured, and I think it is producing pollution, no matter what it says. There we go. Let's do all of them. Where are you? There's one over here. Hello! Oh god, it's really far away. Not that that matters. Power lines go for ages. And miles. No water talented like that. Right, let's get the water in. You look like you're hooked up. I'm gonna take that as a yes, you're hooked up. What about you? You're having power. Good, okay. Right, now let's check what's happening to the rivers. You're having power issues. Okay, so the power issues have now got to our water supply. We need more power. We need more power, yes? We need lots more power. Now, if I wanted to put some power up... I mean, if I wanted to dam this off, I'd prefer to go further up rather than damming it off like here. I'd prefer to dam it off like here. So I won't do another dam for the moment, I think. What we'll do is we'll go straight for normal power. And what have we got in the way of normal power? We've got solar and we've got nuclear. Right, so how much does that create? 160. 640, which is approximately 4 times as much, right? Which is exactly 4 times as much. For 8,000. And for less than a quarter. Right, so this creates a quarter of the power for about a fifth of what that does per power unit. Not a fifth, 3/5. It's just the setup cost is higher per unit of energy, but over time it's cheaper. Now, I love nuclear, and I would put nuclear in, and people would be like, is nuclear clean? I'd be like, yeah, nuclear's clean enough for the purposes of this. But I'm going to go for solar power plant, because money right now isn't an issue. I'd just like to keep money for down the road in case we end up with money trouble, which we probably wouldn't do. So I'm going to put some solar panels in, and we're going to be like, yeah, solar power. Ooh, although, space conservation. Space conservation now. We have space issues, and, you know, nuclear plants are smaller. Nuclear plants are smaller. I think what we'll do is go nuclear, just based on the fact that it takes up less space. Space is an issue for us. Trying to think of a good place to put it. I don't really want to cover up any existing areas. I'm just trying to find somewhere where there, you know, it's a bit of unused space where this could just be dumped. Of course, probably not next to residential, but I don't think we're going to get a choice on this one. No. I've used every single bit of space I could find, didn't I? So yeah, there's not really going to be a decent option for this one. I was kind of hoping we could like get it in here or something, but that's not working. Putting it on the curve just seems like a bad idea. And also the fact that, like, how big is this, right, compared to that? That's that size, and that's... I mean, yeah, it does take up less than double space. And, you know, if we're going with space concerns, it's the way to go, so... Yeah, screw it. Can we get solar in here? If we can get solar in here... No, by one. By one! Cheap. Right. Nuclear, and if need be, I'll make my own spur to put it on. Can it fits in here? I mean, it says it must be placed roadside. Right, put it in here. Oh, I can't, because that's a cliff. It'll be like, yeah, you can't place it on top of a cliff. And, to be fair, I've got to give it that one, you know. It's understandable. People have things about cliffs. People are cliffist. Get it in there? No. Get it here. Power. To destroy Lika. Not really. Oh. Yes. I might well be able to get it in there. Can I get that? Ooh, close. Let's try and get this as close as possible. Space to be occupied. There we go. Power. Yay! Let's just hope it doesn't catch on fire. And that should give us like crap tons of power. Yeah, power available is gone. It's off the board, off the chart. Now this is actually powering the dam because it's pumping water behind it. So if I take these away and move them downstream, that wouldn't be a solution. So instead, we're gonna just chuck some more of you in here. Put 2 down for now, because then we've got room to expand, because it's not like money's an issue currently. Sewage treatment. Bam. Water availability. Bam. Water availability is fluctuating. I'm guessing that's a river somewhere. Yeah, look at that. We can't get enough. For now, I think we're going to have to move back to the main river. And eventually we'll have to put them upstream when we've actually got access to the land upstream, but it's not going to happen for the moment. We could always go for the sea. I mean, technically there's no desalination needed in this game. It's a bit of a shame. It doesn't distinguish between seawater and normal water. But oh well. I mean, you know, just because it's cheap, it's so easy to be able to do seawater because there's such, you know, a large amount of it nearby. Once you've got your map extended to the sea, you're cool. But in real life, you'd need to get rid of the salt in that. You know, people don't like drinking something that's got a crap ton of salt in it because it would make you very ill. So for now, we'll have to make do with maybe going to the sea, actually. But this isn't real life. I'd like it if it was. It's a very nice sea. But we'll call it there for this episode. It's been a particularly long episode. I got kind of carried away with doing all the fixing things. But until next time, I've been EnterElysium. If you've enjoyed today's episode, if you've been like, not subscribed, please consider subscribing. In future, I think we'll be doing another commercial district next time. Just trying to figure out where to get them in. Now, the problem is, of course, I actually need to not focus on commercial. I do need to just get no, 4,000 people. And then I'll get access to here, which will allow me access to a couple of, bits of area nearby that I can use. Might even put some, commercial or whatever in. But until then, there's one and only thing to be done, and that is to stay shiny. If you're not, subscribed, subscribe. If you like the video, like, etc. And stay doubly shiny.